It is perfectly like raining outside right now. It is like full on fall gloom weather and I'm living for it. I'm in my sweater. It's gloomy. Oh, the rain is coming down. It's a good day. It's a good day. That alone makes it good. I'm declaring it. Don't fuck with me, 2020. Let's talk about a little thing I see on Instagram on the regular that I've really been curious about. This year, I think, as so many other people, has really made me think about all the stuff about like toxic positivity and, you know, focusing on, you know, blessings and magics versus like protective stuff, and, you know, making sure that I am living a more balanced life when it comes to my spells and my thought processes. And one of the things I constantly see, especially popping up on Instagram, is this idea of I match energies. And it always kind of comes off as a bit of a warning, right? I've seen this post a little bit regularly of when people are talking about, like, you know, when it's a fight to the toxic positivity, right? The idea that, like, to be spiritual, you have to be always happy, always rise above it, always, like, you know, to the point of martyrdom. Like, if they hit you, turn the other cheek, that whole thing. Then to respond to it is, well, watch out, I match energies. Like, if you come at me with blessings, I will bless you back. If you come at me with hostility, I will give you hostility back. I don't know, it feels like a bit of freedom, but at the same time a bit of a trap, if that makes sense. Like, if you think of matching energies with people, one, it is a bit of like, well, I give up the control of who sets the tone to this person, in a way, if I'm doing that, right? Like, however someone comes at me, it feels very reactive in its practice, right? So, and in that way, I'm just a little bit of a spiteful person. I don't like doing the things that other people do. But in the same respect, I don't know, I feel very resentful of the concept of the martyrdom within spirituality. It's one of the reasons I appeal so much with witchcraft and looking into things. It's negation of our, I guess, darker sides of us, the more instinctual, the protective, a concept that anything self-serving, anything to truly protect yourself is inherently negative, I think is just, don't vibe right, feels very like almost gaslighty, you know what I mean? Like, very like, oh, well, if you react bad, if you protect yourself, if you do any sort of thing that would hurt another person, if you don't rise above, then now you are also part of the problem. And it's like, wait, that person did it first. I'm just supposed to sit here and take it? No, thank you. But again, I wonder if that then would get you maybe caught in possibly an inherently negative cycle. If you are always waiting on another person to show you how to act, I will match your energy. Well, what does that really do? And I think of different instances in my life where I have not matched an energy, where instead of, you know, someone goes low or someone brings in some negativity or someone needs like me to hold a shit ton of space for them that I just do not have, right? Like, I don't have the mental capacity or something to handle your stuff. No, thank you. And I think, again, there's like this weird third option over here, which is, if you come at me, I either have to go above, or I can also hit you with the same type of energy, or maybe I could just leave the situation. And I know that doesn't necessarily feel like a matching of energy to me, that leaving the situation, not responding in kind at all, just ignoring it, moving on with our lives, doesn't really feel like going above, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that puts too much of a holier than thou presence on just maintaining a little bit of a barrier. If someone's throwing all this negative energy in your way, if you don't give them positivity back or allow that negative energy to hit you, or if you don't like send the negative energy back at them, maybe it just falls dead and neutralizes. You walk away. That to me, I feel, is an option I do all the time. I made some videos recently about how I've had some interesting shadowy things pop up in the year 2020 from like weird past stuff. I made a video about the residue of shadows, about how now ex-friend tried to contact me about and like admit to something they really did that was really weird and toxic. And I've also made videos about how a lot of my romantic relationships kind of entirely fell apart, and I was able to basically cancel out, make a boundary, and say, like, no, we're not doing this nonsense anymore. That's not a thing. And in both of those instances, it was interesting to me how I didn't so much as break something off or throw something back at them or tell someone about how, why would, like, there was no confrontation in it. It was a very ease of the fuck, like, and then walk away. That was all it was. I didn't have to match their weird energy. I didn't accept their weirdness either. I felt very neutral and standard in my being. And maybe that's a bit because of the protective magic that I did. Maybe it was that I just feel very like I've got a good foundation. Maybe it's because the chaos of 2020 has worn me down to such an extent that I literally had nothing else to give them anymore. And it just felt very neutral. It just felt very like, what else do you want from me? I don't got anything else for you. I got nothing to give or to not give to you. Quite honestly, I'm just gonna go this way. And I feel like that sometimes is like my best option, but also too, options. I like how, this is one thing I really like within paganism and spirituality and having these types of conversations, is these moral discussions can be talked about with less of a broad stroke of what is always the best thing for you to do. You know, because sometimes I think matching energies possibly is a very good tactic. Other times, I think rising above may be the better tactic. Totally negate what this person's doing. What do you need to do for you? And sometimes it's very neutral. Sometimes it's maybe just ignore it. Maybe just walk away. Maybe it's neither. Different situation, energetic stuff for each thing. Maybe you don't have to prescribe one thing to someone all the time. It's fun talks, you know? I don't know. This is a bit of a babbly video, but I hope you all enjoyed it. Comment down below, do you believe in the matching energies as a good way to go about life in most interactions? Are you someone who's a little more like, we'll see what the fuck's going on, like me, and maybe I'll match you, maybe I won't, depends on the situation. Or are you someone who, no, you very much vibe with the rising above it mode of thinking, you know, like, no, I'm always gonna do as good as I can, and all of that in the comments down below. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.